This will be one of the greatest missed opportunities in our living history. Ripple and XRP, Ripple's the company, XRP is the token, I believe are going to leave a dent in the universe. Now, before I continue, this is my opinion. I put my money where my mouth is. I'm invested pre-IPO in Ripple, and I have invested quite a bit in XRP for my company and personally. But I'm also a holder in many other cryptos. And if you've been paying attention, there's been this epic battle in tribalism and maxis, Bitcoin maxis and XRP maxis battling back and forth. And what this does, it actually destroys not only the cryptocurrency ecosystem, people's perception, but also unfortunately really hurts people because they get emotional. These markets, if you're emotional, you're gonna get wrecked. And Brad Garlinghouse, this is why I appreciate him as a CEO. I own multiple companies, I'm a CEO, so I have a lot of respect for a CEO that is stoic, that can run a company and be so calm when they've been sued by the SEC for 4 years. So he put out a tweet that kind of put the argument to rest or exasperated it. So let me explain to you what's happening, so you didn't get caught up in this bullshit. So Bitcoin maxis only want America to do a Bitcoin strategic reserve. Cynthia Lummis created the Bitcoin strategic reserve. Trump said he was going to implement it. And then all of a sudden, now he gets implemented and more stuff has happened in the last 10 days than we ever would have thought would happen in crypto. It's all awesome. Brad Garlinghouse, Stuart Aldrey had a private dinner with Trump. You had Michael Saylor, who was Bitcoin, sitting with Trump. And now the conversations have surfaced now that there may be a crypto reserve, not just a Bitcoin reserve. And everybody went fucking bonkers, which is good because people are passionate. But what's bad about it is the tribalism. You can argue all day back and forth, but we ain't making that decision. So it's either going to be a Bitcoin reserve or a crypto reserve. And Brad Garlinghouse put out a tweet that I really appreciate. I'll read it to you. It says, "Some thoughts on maximalism. Let me say this clearly as I can. The crypto industry has a real shot, here and now, to achieve the many goals we have in common. If we work together instead of tearing each other apart or down," he said. "This is not and never will be a zero-sum game. It's not zero-sum. It's not just Bitcoin. It's not just XRP. It's not just Apple, Samsung. We need all of these technologies, all of these new innovation to grow into the new economy." He goes on to say, "I own XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, among a handful of others. I do too. XRP is my number one holding, Bitcoin, and many others. We live in a multi-chain world, and I advocate for a level playing field instead of one token versus another. If government digital assets reserve is created, I believe it should be representation of the industry, not just one token, whether it's BTC, XRP, or anything else." So he's stating, I don't want it to be an XRP reserve. I don't want it to be a Bitcoin reserve. We'd like to have a multifaceted, even playing field of things that will help us benefit and shrink this fucking balance sheet that is destroying America.